much for braving the elements today and coming out for what's going to be an amazing show. My name is Sydney Halpin, and I'm the president of the New Jersey Jazz Society. I see a lot of, you can hold your applause. I see a lot of new faces in the room, so please, I'm not sure, we're going to go show of hands. How many people are here today because you saw or you heard the WBGO interview? Nobody is here because of that. One person is here because of that. Are you here because you were on the artist's email list or on our email list? Hands? Okay. And then on our list? All right. Well, thank you. That's a wonderful cross-section of folks here. So, you know, every time there's bad weather, I hold my breath. So I'm delighted to see all of you here. If you aren't on our e-blast list and would like to be, there's information on the back table. There's some more information on the front table when you came in for other events. It is that time of year again for our annual appeal. I see some faces in here that have already given very generously to us. I want to say thank you for that. We have some new funding this year. We have new funding. Well, we got funding again from Morris Arts, so thank you, Morris Arts. Yes, that deserves applause. And we have new funding this year from the Summit Foundation. Thank you, Summit Foundation. And but that doesn't necessarily cover our nuts. So every dollar that you guys give to us really goes right back into the organization. If you aren't aware, we are all volunteers, and it is, you know, it's a labor of love. So there's some information on the tables, or there's some fellow board members in the room if you want to talk to somebody, whatever. John, can you turn around for a second? I want everyone to give John a really big hand of applause. John slept here last night to make sure that we could have this event today because his house gets really snowed in and he didn't want to be there while we were all here. So I can't thank you enough for that. My colleague, Sandy Josephson, the editor of Jersey Jazz Magazine. If you aren't aware of our magazine, and please, I know everyone misses it being in print form, so do we, but unless somebody wants to give me $50,000 this year, it's going to remain as a digital magazine, and it's wonderful and easy to use on our website, njjs.org, but Sandy is our editor for that. So without further ado, Sandy's going to introduce the wonderful talent for today.
Good afternoon, everyone. Jackie Lee was our rising star in the April 2023 issue of Jersey Jazz Magazine. She is from Montclair, but she's a freshman now at Manhattan School of Music at the Charles Mingus Festival, which is held every February at the new school. She was an outstanding soloist, and I'm not sure I'm getting this right, but I think it was the Jazz House Kids Big Band rehearsal in preparation for the 2022, essentially Ellington finals, that she decided to add singing to her violin player. Daryl Campos is the 2022 New Jersey Jazz Society Scholarship winner. He's from Fort Lee, New Jersey. He was also part of the Jazz House Kids program, and I think he was in a combo that was led by alto saxophonist Bruce Williams. He studied under Dave Stryker at Montclair State. So let's welcome Jackie Lee and Daryl Campos. We do have a customary that ask each of you to tell our audience something about yourself that you don't think they know.
Well, hi everyone. Thank you so much for having us today. I guess something that you might not know about me is that I actually competitively figure skated for a big part of my life until I was a junior. And then I started having to do like college auditions and stuff, and there's just no time for it anymore. But it's something that me and my mom really, really love. We always, and she's right over there, so everybody go look at her. But she's always loved figure skating, and she always wanted to do it but never could, and then she got me into it, and I just adore it. I think also growing up with having to dance and dance to the music and skate to the music, I think it helps me so much with my musicality. So she's really always looking out for me in that regard. So I hope you guys enjoy our show today. So we're gonna start now. I think it's Daryl's turn to tell us something that we might not know about him.
Well, thank you for listening. So I like to paint. That's something I like to do. I only work with acrylic, but I'd like to try oil and get better at it as I go through life. But it's definitely not. It's a personal thing, but I'm not a professional, so that's what makes it fun. So I get to just do it.
Okay, that was Blues called Straight No Chaser, and we're going to move on with a Charlie Parker classic called Confirmation. This type of stuff is actually so hard on the violin, and no one notices, and it's just playing this instrument with stuff that's supposed to be written for like saxophones and trumpets. It's just so hard, so many people don't even try it. But I might fumble a little bit right now, but I hope you guys appreciate it and understand. It was mostly over quarantine. Me and my dad, who's an amazing saxophone player named Mike Lee, look him up, stream his album and stuff, please. But we would practice together almost every single day for so long, and he was trying to get me to learn a bunch of new tunes and stuff. So what we would do to make me learn those is to learn the lyrics. I've always loved Ella. I couldn't go to sleep without listening to Carmen McRae or Ella when I was a baby. It was really bad, actually. But I always knew the lyrics to all these songs, and I just didn't know that I knew them, kind of. So I would be, over quarantine, I would be learning these lyrics for real. And then my dad was like, you should get some singing lessons. And then I did, and now I make you guys listen to me sing every time I perform. So I hope you guys enjoy. We're gonna move on with I Could Write a Book, and then we're gonna go on to Night and Day. So I hope you guys enjoy. If they asked me, I could write a book about the way you walk and whisper and look. I would write a preface on how we met, and the world would never forget. And the simple secret of the plot is just to tell them that I love you a lot. And the world discovers as my book ends how to make two lovers of friends. If they ask me, I could write a book about the way you walk and whisper and look. I would write a preface on how we met, and the world would never forget. And the simple secret of the plot is just to tell them that I love you a lot. And the world is making love to you night and day, day and night. Whether near to me or far, it don't matter, darling, where you are, I think of you. Night and day, day and night, why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the noisy traffic's boom, in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you. Night and day, night and day, under the hide of me, there's an oh such a hungry urging burning inside of me, and my torture won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you, night and day, day and night, night and day, day and night, night and day, day and night. It was my challenge to myself over to go to learn that song for this, and I guess I forgot it a little bit, but thank you for bearing with me. We're gonna move on to a couple more violin songs, and then I think we'll end it. Okay. Okay. I guess we'll go to. I'll remember April. I hope you guys enjoy. That's it for us. I'd just like to thank everyone so much for having us. And yeah, I hope you enjoy our main performers today.
Thank you guys so much. Derek, it's quite exciting to see you 2 years later after you won. Well, I can't remember, did you actually, were you won or first place, second place, doesn't really matter. After he was part of the scholarship winners, to see you perform 2 years later, you're growing into quite a sideman. And they like it. We're very proud of you. Very proud of you. And speaking of our scholarship competition, we are holding it again this year. If you have children, grandchildren that are in college, that go to school in a New Jersey college, or they're New Jersey residents, but they go to college out of state and are involved in a music program, they're eligible. All the information is on our website. I have to get that turned over tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday, right? Yep, tomorrow, because it's still from last year, but it's basically the same. It's just the deadline date. End of March is when they have to have their entries in. So we're hoping that it'll be another fabulous year. The program almost doubled last year from our first year, so it's growing. Very exciting. Everybody good? We all ready? Yeah. Everybody good? All right. No, without further ado, Sandy Josephson.
If ever there were a concert where I could say these two performers need no introduction, I think this is probably it. But I did want to just mention that I had reached out to Daryl in early December, and I said, can you tell me, give me a little preview or hint of what you're going to do in January? And she said, well, we were thinking of doing a tribute to Bob Doro, Blossom Deary, and Dave Frischberg, or we could just do kind of a straight-ahead concert. What do you think would be better? And I said, no, go ahead and do the tribute. And I think it turned out to be a great idea because as I was telling her about 10 days ago, I guess, I was shaving, and I always have my phone, and I'm listening to WPGO while I'm shaving, and I hear my press release being read verbatim on the newscast. And so I emailed Doug Doyle, the news director, to thank him, and he said, well, do you think you can set up a Zoom interview with Daryl and Jay? And that was set up. So even though that may not be the reason you came here, if you go on WBGO.org, you can watch that. So really, without any further ado, I'm going to say, Daryl and Jay, please take over.
How do I feel now that we're cozy and clingy? Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a bell, I'd be ringing. From the moment we're kissed, that's the way I just gotta behave. If I were a lamb, I'd lie, and if I were a banner, I'd wave. Ask me, how do I feel, little me, with my quiet upbringing? Well, sure, all I can say, if I were a gate, I'd be here swinging. And if I were a watch, I'd keep popping my springs. Naomi, and if I were a bell, and I go ding, ding, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Come on, ding the Tesla bells here. Ding dong, ding dong, ding. If I were a bell, I'd go ding dong, ding dong. I would ding dong. That was from probably somebody's favorite show, Frank Lesser. And the people that we are honoring today were all very much in love with Frank Lesser, especially Dave Frischberg. He actually, when he moved to New York, he kind of apprenticed with Lesser, first in the publishing company that Frank had, and eventually he got to know him, and just like I did the other day, you can go online and find a really interesting article in the Mississippi, the old rag, the old rag, that is all about Dave Frischberg, and there's a whole lot of information about his saying that his hero, his main songwriting hero was Frank, because of the fact that, of course, he wrote music and lyrics, but that he was really interested and concerned that every word should justify its being there, not just because it rhymes, and because it moves the action forward, and has something very intimate to it, or something that grabs hold of you. I think that's a good way of putting it. And for the rest of this time that we spend together, you're going to hear a lot of songs that have a lot of those qualities. It really takes a master to write one, and it takes a master to know how to deliver them. And we're working on it. Blossom Dearie is quite known for her bell. And by the way, Dave has there is a portion of an album that he did that is a Frank Lesser medley, but he didn't choose If I Were a Bell in that one. But now we're going to get on to when Blossom starts her introduction, she'll say, "And now I am going to perform a song, a very fine song, written by my two very fine friends, Bob Daryl and Dave Frischberg. And the name of the song is I'm Hip." And they wrote the song, but I'm the one who made it famous. I'm hip, I know square, I'm a bird, I'm awake, I'm awake. I am always on the scene, making the rounds, digging the sounds. I read Playboy magazine, 'cause I'm hip. I'm a digging instinct. When it was hip to be hip, I was hip. I don't blow, but I'm a fan. Look at me swing, ring-a-ding-ding. I even call my girlfriend Ben. I'm so hip. Every Saturday night, with my suit button tied and my sweet I get my kicks, watching Artie Fudge flicks with my shades on. Oh, I'm too much. I guess I'm anything but middle class. When look at him go. Lady Gaga knows his friend. He's so hip. And I'm hip, but not weird. Like you notice, I don't wear a beard. Beards worried and now they're out. They have their day now, they're passé. Just ask me if you're in doubt. Cause I'm a hip, ooh, I'm so hip. I'm deep into Zen, meditation, and macrobiotics. And as soon as I can, I intend to get into narcotics. Cause I'm cool as a cuke. I'm a cat, I'm a card, I'm a kook. I get so much out of life. Really, I do. Scooby-Doo-Doo. One more time, play that, then I may flip. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby. Be hip with me. I don't like being hip all by myself. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo-Dah.
She's terribly hip. And no beard, that's true. That's true. Still,
You should
Fish
see
bird.
my vanity table
oh yes, I'm sure.
to get rid of it.
I'm sure. Fishberg was the inspiration for me for many things. I worked with him, used to work with him at the Half Note. And he played these beautiful piano chords. And Daryl too, I played with Daryl, and also I got to play with a lot with Blossom and record with him. But Fishberg played such beautiful stuff, and then he turned around and wrote these very good songs. I said, I never heard a jazz piano player do that. I mean, he's really writing jazz songs. So I said, I'm going to try to do that. So I got to know Dave through the years, and he wrote a lot of funny songs, but he wrote one song that really gave us away. He never seemed to express his own, he expressed his own feelings, but this one really expressed his feelings. And I got a chance to talk to him about it, and he said, yeah, you caught me. Because he really felt this way. Since I took a left and head for the coast, from time to time I find myself engrossed with other erstwhile denizens of the apple, while we sit around and take LA to task. And with this complex question, someone's bound to ask. And with this complex question, we must grapple. Do you miss New York? The anger, the action? Does this laid-back lifestyle lack a certain satisfaction? Do you ever yearn to pack up and return to the thick of it? Or are you really sick of it? As you always say, do you miss the pace, the rat race, the racket? And if you had to face it now, do you think that you could hack it when you're back in town for a quick look around? How is it? Does it seem like home or just another nice place to visit? And were those halcyon days just a youthful outphase you outgrew? Do you miss New York? Do you miss New York? with a touch of condescension. On this quiet street, is it really as sweet as it seems out here? Do you dream your dreams out here? Or is that passé? Do you miss the scene, the frenzy, the faces? And did you trade the whole parade for a pair of parking places? If you had the choice, would you still choose to do it all again? Do you find yourself standing in line to see Annie Hall again? Do you ever run into that guy who used to be you? Do you miss New York? Me too. Me too. He didn't write easy melodies.
No, well, I met Dave when he was still in LA, in Van Nuys. It was in the mid-70s. It was a musician friend that I had met who was playing with the Buddy Rich Band. His name was Turk Morrow, and they were playing in the Waldorf Astoria in the Empire Room, and I was playing the Nameless Hotel across Lexington Avenue on the other side. And musicians would come to the hotel where I was playing because drinks were cheaper. And when they heard the kind of stuff I was doing, you gotta meet Turk. And sure enough, Turk came in and he loved songs. And he was always talking about his friend Dave Frischberg, who was, as a jazz pianist, he was the link to Earl Hines, stylistically, right? You played with him. And he had all of that history, but he also was writing songs. He said some of his songs are jazzy, but some of his songs are just kind of wacky. I think one of his first albums was called Oklahoma Toad. So but all of us at that time, I went to California that summer to peddle my little cassette of what I thought were pop songs. And I had a few names to go to and have them listen to my stuff based on my love for Carly Simon and Carole King. Cycling Along with You was sort of based on one of her songs. And he came to the hotel on Sunset Boulevard where all the rock musicians used to go. And he listened to my stuff, and then he played me a whole lot of things that he had done. And from then on we became friends, and little by little he came back to New York for a record date that was to be my first album of World War II concept songs. And he introduced me to Alan Broadbent and somebody else to do the arrangements. And we recorded maybe 4 or 5 songs, and I passed it around and everyone said, "What are you thinking?" What were you thinking? Because the arrangements were of these pop songs, and they were beautiful Alan Broadbent arrangements, but they were quite esoteric. So it never came out. But we became friends, and through all of these years, his songs would become more and more sophisticated. And one of my other hotel gigs, I was doing all his songs like Banlingo Mungo. And why I mention this, Blossom Beery is a fine pianist, distinctive sound of her voice, and she liked to write songs, but she is still better known for doing other people's songs like Dave's and Bob Doro's, and standards and very wonderful songs that have interesting things to say. And so between the three of us, three of them, and the two of us, the songs will live somehow or other. The song I'm doing now was written by Blossom, and she was so proud of the fact that Johnny Mercer wrote this lyric. They had become friends, and she admired him. So she is the one, she lived in France, and she introduced him to Michel Legrand. And that's how we got Autumn Leaves as opposed to Les Feuilles Mortes, Dead Leaves. And in her later years, her very last years, she was homebound. And when she was towards the end of her life, I got a chance to visit with her. Jay and I were in the studio recording a Johnny Mercer centennial album. I decided to do this song, and Jay was on the original recording of this, I'm Shadowing You. And it was, she wanted to be hip, and she wanted to get with whatever the Au Courant audience was. So it was a real, and a lot of her songs are very poppy. And she loved doing that, but we still remember her for some of the others. When she was listening to music, I noticed she would bop her head up and down, and I wondered, who does Blossom Dearie, in the comfort of her home, listen to? So I took out the disc. It was Blossom Dearie. Who better? So when our disc was finished, I thought, I wonder, is another thing. Throughout the years, I have been compared sound-wise to Blossom. And I thought, I wonder, I would like for her to hear it anyway, I wonder if she's going to think it's her. So I took out her disc, I put in mine, and for 2 seconds, she was bobbing her head, and then suddenly she went, she knew it was not her. Here we go with the ever-popular I'm Shadowing You. Everywhere you go, I think you wanna know I'm shadowing you. Turn around and find I'm half a step behind, shadowing. Love you, I would bug you, except wherever I can. You see, love you are to me, love the indispensable man. Like I said before, I'm camping at your door, I'm shadowing you. There'll be no mistake, I'll get it on a tape and video too. In Venice, I'll be a Venice in your Italian motel. In Paris, I shall embarrass you on the Rue de la Chapelle. Decide you will have me for a ride, but you didn't. Both of us will be so independent, we will live on the run. Ooh, you're catching every cause. at me. Shadowing you. Shadowing you. Shadowing you. Happy as can be, Johnny Mercer, blossom at me. I'm shadowing
Did you hear the James Bond theme at the end?
You know,
forgot about
I
that.
never realized it was James Bond. You mentioned it.
Shadowing you, very
Well,
nice.
she was it.
Was that your idea, or was that
No, that was her.
That was,
No, oh no, I would never claim that to be my own. It was all her. Okay, now, on the interview, WBGO, whatever they call it, podcast and Zoom, we were Zoom.
we were zooming, man. We were zooming.
I've been listening to Doug Doyle like you all have all these years, but I never realized he was a Bob Doyle fan, and particularly, he is clearly that the generations that grew up on multiplication rock. The first question he gives to me is about that, and I had to say, I'm a baby boomer, so we missed it. But I got to know Bob anyway, thank goodness, but from here on in, go ahead and talk to them.
Me?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about what Doug Doyle said. It's not Bob Duro, it's Bob Duro.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd let you know. When
Duro.
you meet someone who thinks they understand everything.
Sort
It's
of.
Duro, not Duro. Let's play this song. Oh, what? You want me to talk more?
No,
Something
I'm
they
not
never
gonna
knew about me, like the other group did.
How many of you here grew up listening, watching Multiplication Rock? So I have to know how.
Nobody.
So I don't have to
My
worry if
children
we
missed
make
the
a
gate too.
mistake.
My children missed the gate. They watched Sesame Street. Schoolhouse Rock. Schoolhouse Rock, yeah.
And Blossom was involved, and this was her feature. She did the vocal on this song, but Dave did some of the things that he helped to write, and the one he played that he thought was Bob Doro singing was Jack Chauvin. Did you note that?
No, I did.
You have to tell him.
We're gonna configure it.
All right, let's do it.
This song is really a clever song because they talked about mathematics. And if you can follow this song, you're a genius. Go ahead.
I flunked algebra, so please forgive me if I hesitate. Ready? We need some concepts.
This is from Schoolhouse Rock, obviously.
And Bob wrote this. Figure 8, that's double 4. Figure 4, as half of 8. If you skate, it would be great if you could make a figure 8. That's a circle that turns round about itself.
1 times 8 is 2 times 4. 4 times 4 is 2 times 8. If you skate upon thin ice, you'll be wise if you thought twice before you made another single move.
1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 8 is 60.
There you go.
3 times 8 is 24. 4 times 8 is 32. And 5 times 8 is 40. You know.
6 times 8 is 48. 7 times 8 is 56. 8 times 8 is 64. And 9 times 8 is 72. And 10 times 8 is 80. That's true.
11 times 8 is 88. And 12 times 8 is 96. It's a chance to get off your new math tricks. Figure 8 is double 4. Figure 4 is half of 8. If you skate, you would be great. If you could make a figure 8, that's a circle that turns round about itself. Place it on a side and it's a symbol meaning
I love the last line. If you take an 8 and turn it on its side, it's the same as infinity. And that just blew me away when I heard that. All of a sudden, they just took me out to space with that one. That was great.
Well,
That was great.
Bob was very imaginative, and he was such a great guy. I know many of you have had a chance to hear him through the years, but never enough. We miss him.
Well, this next one is my fave. I like it because it just makes me laugh every time I sing it. Lyrics by Dave Frischberg, and I think the music was by Tiny Khan, and I think Al Cohn wrote a little bit of it too. But I find it a riot. I find it a riot. You knock back the schnapps, you talk back to cops, you walk in the door, the conversation stops. I can't take it nowhere. No, I can't take it nowhere. You stagger, you sag, you're half in the bag. 1 glass of wine and you're a total drag. I can't take it nowhere. No, I can't take it nowhere. I buy 3
nowhere. Ooh, I can't take it nowhere. You mumble, you moan, you grumble and you groan. You called Honolulu on my telephone.
I can't take it nowhere. Can't take it nowhere.
Nowhere, nowhere,
I can't take it nowhere.
nowhere, nowhere,
Can't take it nowhere.
nowhere, nowhere.
No, 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 no. Play it, play it.
Nowhere, nowhere. That's right.
Yes, yes.
That's right. And I can't take you nowhere.
Cause I don't know a place where you can show your face in any way.
I'd just like to say,
So sad to see you must be on your. That's right. Try not to get uptight.
night,
Cause I can't take you nowhere.
nowhere,
Cause I don't know a place
no place, no
where you can
place.
show your face
My
in
face.
any way.
Anyway,
I just like to say,
so
so
sad to see
you must be
on your
your
way.
way.
What a pity to say, what a pity to say. So long, so long, so long. Out of here. I mentioned Blossom's songs, but she also, and musicians, love to acknowledge their heroes. And Dave certainly did. He has a whole song that's full of nothing but baseball players. Yeah, beautiful. And Blossom was very popular in England. She lived in France, of course. But she made her way to all the Tony jazz clubs and Ronnie Scott's. And to her surprise, I think she was on one of these talk shows at night, and one of the guests besides Blossom was John Lennon, who started to mimic her Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo to show her that he was a fan, and she was so tickled. She wrote this song. Hey John, eyes, John. Love your eyes, John. Digging me all over town. You know, wanting to know where do I go? Wanting to play, what do I say? Where is you? Where is me? I just want to be free. Digging you, digging me. Baby, did I do do dee da? Do 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 dee da ba. Do 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 da. Baby do do dee da do. I do ba do da. Hey John. Dusty Springfield was quite impactful not only in England but of course here. And I still to this day play a lot of the songs from that time, and people always love to hear them. But for me now, this, in fact, I don't even know if it's in any of her books. It's a rare piece of music. She did record it. And it is a really fine example of her piano style and her way of harmonizing, which even, the guys at Berkeley and Bill Evans, who was one of her best fans, couldn't figure out. And it took our friend and my Rhode Island hero, Mike Renzi, who moved to New York and started playing with Mel Torme and Leonhart, along with Jay and Sylvia Sims. And they did a lot of the record dates for Blossom, and he's the one who was the one person who could easily notate what she played. And when you hear it, it sounds pretty well. It's put it this way, to look at the notes and then to play them are something else, and I'm going to just attempt this. But just consider this a miniature portrait, because that truly is what it is, her ode to Dusty Springfield. Dusty Springfield, that's a pretty name. It even sounds like a game. In a green field, hobby horses play the dusty game when it's May. Pink and paisley skies, shining in green eyes, a magic pinwheel, London flowers fair, blooming in her hair. Silver stars shine over crystal waters, petals far from her glance. Flowers sparkle with the dew of morning, feathers flowing from her glance. Suddenly, the songs fulfilling, fill your cup, come to the spring, and you stand so still, and you feel the thrill. That's a pretty name, pretty as a pearl. What a pretty girl.
got to write one song. Blossom recorded one song, a song called "Let the Flower Grow," and I was, of course, thrilled. It was early in my songwriting, and I was so thrilled to have someone in her statue record it. And then I was performing music I'd written. I started writing poems when I was a kid about everything, you know, just anything. What I wished, what I wanted, what I thought I wanted, what I didn't want, and I started putting them to music and performing them in little clubs in New York. One night I was playing downtown, and two blondes walked into the club. Blossom Deary and Peggy Lee.
Oh boy.
And they said, "We want to hear that song you wrote. You know the one we mean, about the airplane." And then later on, Tony Bennett, God bless his soul, said to me, "That's your San Francisco. You've got to do that every time you play somewhere." Now, when Tony Bennett says it, you'll play it. So, see, the song got started like this. I was asked to go to Los Angeles to play a convention, and they asked me how much money did I want, and I said, $10,000. They said, "How's 500? So I said, oh, okay. I came back with 7,500. They thought about it and came back with 500. I guess we're negotiating. I said I wasn't going to go for less than 5,000. In fact, I went for 500. But I wanted to go. That's getting a big laugh back there. I don't know why it's getting such a huge laugh back in that corner. It must relate to something, which I'll never find out. Anyway, I got on the plane. They bought me a first-class ticket, mind you. First-class ticket, which the bass player doesn't usually get. Sat down, a little white-haired gentleman walked on the plane, sat down right next to me in first class, and everybody was stunned, including me. Ooh, my gracious. True story. Take my seat aboard the plane, and what is this I see? Leonard Bernstein comes aboard and sits right next to me. First class New York to LA, some things just walk out right. I'll be sitting next to Leonard Bernstein this whole flight. Maybe I should just act like I do not recognize him. Be real cool, do my best not to antagonize him. Now we're rolling down the runway, next stop is LA. I am nonchalant, like I ride next to Lenny every day. Naturally, I turn to him against my own advice. Introduce myself and find that Lenny's very nice. Soon we start to chat and drink and talk about our lives. We talk about our children and our wives. But what a lovely fellow, what a lucky day. Me and Lenny side by side, New York to LA. Soon we're sitting, chatting, talking like the very best of pens. Friends, talking music, life, and art, death, and root canals. Oops. Now he's interrupting me, but really that's okay. 'Cause he's a lovely fellow, and he's got a lot to say. I recite some songs I wrote, he recites them back. For poetry and music, he seems to have a knack. He tells me that his new show closed, and now he's feeling beat. And he's not used to dealing with defeat. But what a lovely fellow, what a lucky day. Me and Lenny side by side, New York to LA. To LA. Going up. He does the London Times crossword, 10 minutes and he's through. Does the puzzle with his pen, I do not have a clue. What an intellectual but a warm and friendly guy. We talk about the world below as we sail through the sky. Naturally, finally I feel the airplane starting to descend. And I know this lovely day is coming to an end. Put our trays and seat backs up just like you're supposed to do. Landed with my friend, a fond adieu. What a lovely fellow, what a lucky day. Me and Lenny side by side, New York to LA. What a lovely fellow, though really I must say, I've not heard from Lenny since I left him in LA. Not a goddamn word from Lenny since I left him in LA. Thank you, Tony.
What's happening? I'm impressed with my attorney Bernie. I'm impressed with his injulant, influential friends. He's got very big connections, so I follow his directions. Bernie knows his way around, and so I always do what Bernie recommends. I am blessed with my attorney Bernie. I'm impressed with the way he runs the store. He's got Dodger season boxes and an office full of foxes. It's amazing all the different things your average girl might tell a lawyer. Bernie tells me what to do. Bernie lays it on the line. Bernie says we sue, we sue. Bernie says we sue. We sue.
I'm in touch with my attorney Bernie. In a clutch, he can speed right to the scene. If I'm blocked up in a jail with just one phone call for my bail, he says to call his club collect or deal directly with his answering machine. When I dine with my attorney Bernie, he buys wine from the rare imported rack. 'Cause Bernie is a purist,
Oh, yes.
not your polyester tourist. Bernie waves the glass around, then he takes a sip and always sends it back. Bernie tells me what to do. Bernie lays it on the line. Bernie says we sue, we sue. Bernie says we sign, we sign. I admire
You
my
admire
attorney Bernie.
your attorney Bernie.
I admire any guy who knows his stuff. Sure, we blew a couple benches with the counterfeit debentures, but you win a few, you lose a few. Like Bernie says, you keep on
I'm
hanging.
hanging tough. And thanks to you, my attorney Bernie. Thanks to you, I'm considered well-to-do. Sure, I've made out like a bandit, just exactly like you planned it. But like Murray, my accountant, told me yesterday, I owe it all to you. Bernie tells me what to do.
Bernie lays it on the line.
Bernie says we sue, we sue. with a knife. I'm learning to do, and everything I've got belongs to you. I've a powerful anesthesia in my fist, and a perfect wrist to give your neck a twist. I'll tender a few, and everything I got belongs to you. Share for share and share alike. You'll get struck each time I strike. Me for you, you for me. I'll give you plenty of nothing. I'm not yours for better, but for worse. I've learned the well-known witch's curse. I've a terrible tongue and a temper for two, and everything I got belongs to you. Share alike. You get struck each time I strike. And it's for you, and it's for you. I'll give you plenty of nothing. I'm not yours for better, but for worse. And I learned to live where the well-known witches curse. I've a terrible tongue and a temper too. And everything I've got, oh, there's not a lot. Everything I got belongs to you. Although Jay was my first bass player when I got to New York in the mid-70s, but later we both, he went with La Torme and I just played with lots of nice people.
Am I responsible for this?
But I'm going to skip to the main action here. Later on, I don't know exactly when, you may have played with her when I wasn't aware of it, but Jay did a very long, fruitful, and exceptional run with Barbara Carroll, who is an idol of mine. And I learned more from your duo playing with her at the I think particularly at the Algonquin.
Right.
That run at the Algonquin on, were they Sundays? And that's when she was bebop player from Worcester, Massachusetts, just across the way from Woonsocket, where I was born. But she could still play all of that bebop and then play and sing. She started singing in a parlando where everything was just so right and believable. She was better than Maple Mercer and that stuff. And then she started to get up from the piano and sing without the piano with Jay and tell you everything you wanted to know about the Algonquin and Dorothy Parker and whatever. She just transformed and she could do it all. And she, as far as I'm concerned, I think many people will agree, I think even Stephen Sondheim would agree that the way Barbara played her touch and the voicings that she used were the closest to Sondheim's feeling, and so he became a fan. And her daughter's here today. We were in tears. Thank you so much.
And I just want to congratulate the two who appeared before us. They were wonderful.
Yeah, please.
A lot of talent. Thank you.
Are they still here?
Yeah, they are. They're both here. Is your
Come on, you still have your guitar?
Is your guitar still? Go, go, go! Get it, fast! Go, go! Come on, Jackie, go! Yeah, go, go, go!
I'll start it. We'll do, what was it, one note samba?
Yes.
Okay.
The violinist, her name is
Jackie.
Jackie. She can use the microphone. Jackie, you can use my mic instead of your
And
PA
Daryl.
system. Just play right into my mic.
Jack and Daryl, Jackie and Daryl.
We're in B flat. Is that not good for you?
Play right into my microphone.
Okay.
We'll play softly.
Is this key all right?
By herself.
There are many people who keep talking to say nothing. I have used up all the skill I know, and at the end I've come to nothing. So I come back to this one note, as I must come back to you. I will pour into that one note all the love I feel for you. Anyone who wants to hold the show, they need for so long, he will find himself with no shoulder that a thing that don't you know.
One more time.
Do, 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 do.
Thank you. Daryl Sherman. Leonhart. Jackie Lee. I also want to acknowledge the young man that's also, I missed him earlier, the other young man in the room tonight for being here. Thank you so much. We hope to see you in February. Please take home the flyer. It'll be the Lance Bryant Trio and just forgot the pianist. Quick, Sandy, help.
James Austin Jr.
James Austin Jr. will be playing on this one, so there we go. And I also want to thank Caroline on sound today. She's had a work cut out for her. Sean, again, thank you for being here. For all of you, thank you for being here. Tom, for filming. Patty Graham, for doing concession. It takes a village to get these shows off the ground, and I just thank you so much. The best part about jazz is the friends you get to make, and these are wonderful friends of mine, and I'm so honored to have you in my village. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Please get home safely, and we hope to see you soon. Good night.